Hello friends, you're the Lonesome Gamer, and this is probably my last video about Middle-earth, the wizards. Situation is really bad. We have 4 characters, 3 of them are heavily wounded: Radagast, Imrahil and Unborn. The only one that is doing fine is Thranduil. The party with Radagast is here in Rivendell, while Thranduil is at the Gold Hill. So first they will heal during the organization phase. I already told you that in my house rules I'm allowed to heal and untap during the same organization phase. And well, I decided to go with them to the Weathertop. By the way, the replenishment here of Thranduil is Círdan. So this guy gives us 3 points, and if we can make it to the Grey Havens or an adjacent region, we would be able to bring him into play. So there is still some chance to get some points. The idea is now to walk with these people, with Radagast, to the Weathertop, so I can play the far side. And according to my house rule, this card allows me to search the pile for a card that I need to, well, even accomplish a mission or to test a ring. And that would be, we have this beautiful golden ring here. So if I can find that a ring test card, I might be able to to find out that this is a very valuable ring and to gain additional victory points here. But we'll see about this. First I have to go to the Weathertop, and I take the side path here. And these guys, they move back to Lorien. I have to heal. This makes no sense. With Thranduil alone, I can't enter all these dragon sites. That's simply too dangerous. Okay, so now Radagast moves to Arthedain, where the Weathertop is. And he's allowed to draw 3 cards. Well, that helps you if you are at a freehold. Okay. That's the fate, Gollum's fate. That's only interesting if you want to destroy the One Ring. And that's only interesting if you have hobbits. So these cards are not very helpful actually. And then we can draw 4 danger cards. Okay, so the only playable card is the Will of Sauron. Looks pretty awesome, I think. And this card simply means that all all long events stay in play. They kind of become permanent events as long as this card is in play. So That's bad because the storm clouds will stay now. Okay, and then it's them. And they move to Lorien. They also use the side path, and we have here 2 wilderness, shadowland, borderland. I'm allowed to draw 3 cards and 12 cards for the others. Now these are 3 cards for myself. That is only playable if the doors Gates of Morning are in play. That's not bad. That can help me to cancel an attack. It says banish, but it's only it's a spell, so only the party of the wizard can do this. And this is Biter and Beater. Playable on a company facing an orc attack. Okay. Sword of Gondolin, Orcrist and Glamdring. Well, we don't have these weapons, so we can't use that card. And now we draw the hazard cards. Okay, I will play the Call of War. That increases the strikes and the prowess of attacks of wolves, spiders and beasts. In addition to Full of Wrath and Rage, so this can be now pretty dangerous, being attacked by these creatures. And then we have this card here, another long event. It says, well, kind of intrigues and well, I would translate intrigues and betrayal. Basically it means that every unused influence that you normally use to improve your influence rolls, if you want to influence a faction, that you cannot add this kind of influence to your roll. So it makes it much harder to influence faction. The good thing is that we're probably not going to do this anymore. Okay, so that was the travel phase, and now we come to the location phase. But first we have to go back on 5 cards. So we're now here at the Weathertop. Let's see what we got here. So these are wolves, 2 attacks with 6. It sounds easy, but it isn't, because we have that. So the number of strikes and the combat value. And wolves are +2. Okay, so we have actually 4 attacks with 8. And in addition to this, we have the storm clouds. Well, it's not actually a creature, it's an automatic attack, that's different. But we have this one, the Eye of Sauron, and that improves the combat value +3. So we have 4 attacks with 11, and that is very, very bad. So I think what I'm going to try is, I'm going to play this card here, Banish, cancels the attack against the party of a wizard. And I have to roll against corruption, -2. And this is now the time to explain this corruption rule. During the game, if you collect items and so on, you become also more and more corrupted. Because down here, the items give you corruption points. In this case, it's 1 point. The more powerful items, this one for example, the Palantir, gives you 3 points, and so on. And there are also corruption cards, which are hazard cards, and they add even more corruption points. And then, if you have to do a corruption roll and you're not successful, you lose the character and all the items. So that's a really bad thing. In this case, the risk is not so high because Radagast has a corruption value of +1. So he's at 0, and I have to roll with a modifier of -2. So I need a 3 to be successful. Let's hope for the best here. And yeah, that's not a problem. 7. Okay, so the attack is cancelled. And now I can play information. And that means that I can play this card now. And according to my house rule, I can go through the deck and I can take the first card that allows me to test a ring. Okay, and we found this card here. Test for the wizards. And only wizards can do this. And you can roll twice. And you can take the better result. And you have to roll with -1 against corruption, but that's not a problem, once again. So now let's see what we got here. Have to roll twice. Let's hope we can get some good result, because yeah, we need some points. So this is very important now. That's an 8. Well, this is bad, because this is just a lesser ring. So this is the worst thing, because 8 and 9 are the only 2 results that are completely losses. That's a 6, okay. Yeah, it's a magic ring. It's not really good. A dwarven ring would be much better. But okay, it's a magic ring. So now we have another pile of cards. The ring pile. Oh, at least something. Yeah. Okay. I think I did, actually. Yeah, I did. But first it might be a good idea to count the victory points. We have here 6, 8, 11, 12, 13, 15. Well, that's not much. We need... Well, actually we need now 10 victory points to win this game in one turn. Chances are very low that we can do that. Oh man. If they are very lucky, they can take 4, I guess. Oh man. One of them can go here. One of these two, they can move here to the Losadon cairn and try to get this Palantir, while the others could move. Oh gosh. They could move to the Losadon camp and try to get the faction of the Lossos. That's pretty much a suicide mission, but it's the last turn, so I think I'll try it anyway. So, let's risk it all. Okay. So first of all, I say these two move to the Lonely Mountain. Oh man, that's really hard. Okay. Yeah, they move to the Lonely Mountain and they are allowed to draw 2 cards. They use the side path once again from Lorien. So it's 2 Wilderness and 2 Borderland. And well, that is good. That's the Gates of Morning. So they play this card now. And that's really great because they make the Doors of Night go away. That's very, very good. And that means that the Will of Sauron is removed now. And that means that this long event, the Storm Clouds, are also removed. So, I think that might have been an important card. Very good. And then we draw 8 hazard cards. Okay, so the problem now is if we play this safe in a way that for the hazard players, then it should be enough to wound this guy, or even to force him to tap, because then Thranduil won't be able to enter this location here, because he has to face the automatic attack of the dragon with 14, and he has to tap to do this. So actually it's Weariness of the Heart now, and that says that there is it's a -1 for the next combat to the combat value, so that's only a 1 now. And then you can play this guy, the Slayer, and you can play him in Borderlands. And these are 2 attacks with 1 strike against the same character chosen by the attacker. So we try to kill him. What we can do is we can tap a character of the party to cancel one of these attacks. Anyway, I think the first thing we'll do is I'll play this one. Forewarned is forearmed. And well, that allows me then to reduce this card to 1 attack, so no more 2 attacks, and then I'm in trouble. Okay, whatever. I think I'll tap this guy. And that's it then. That's a problem now, but I have an idea. I can play this card here. And it says a character can be brought into play at any ruins and lairs. And it's not written here that it's only playable during the organization phase. So I think I can play that any time. And that would now allow me to bring a third character to that party. And that can be extremely powerful. Okay, so now let's come to the next party here. Círdan with Imrahil going to the Losadan cairn. And they're allowed to draw 2 cards. And that's fair travel in dark realms. But we don't need that because we don't travel in dark realms. And sun. That's not bad. The combat value of all Dunedain is +1. And if Gates of Morning are in play, which is the case, the combat value of all automatic attack is reduced by -1. And the combat value of each human and Dunedain is increases by 1. So that's a good thing, because Imrahil, for example, is a Dunedain. Okay, let's play the sun. Well, maybe there is still a little bit of hope now. Okay, and then we have to draw 8 cards. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we play the Great Spiders. It's playable in a wilderness and also in a ruins and lairs. So these are 4 strikes with 7, but because of Full of Froth and Rage, we actually have 4 strikes with 9. And in addition, because of the Call of War, we have actually 5 strikes with 10. Oh man. So Círdan will be the one who takes the 3 additional strikes. So he has 1 strike with 10, and we have to risk something here. We have to do this untapped, so he has only a fighting power of 2. So he needs an 8 Imrahil. Well, I wonder if I should... let me see here. Yeah, he risks that. So that's... I think he takes this risky blow. That gives him +3. Okay, yeah, that was good enough. That's a 7, so with the risky blow, we made it. And then it's him, and he now has... So he has now 1 strike with... Let me see, at the beginning it was 5 with 10, so he gets 3 additional. So he gets 1 with 13. And that's definitely hard. So I think he has to tap. There is not much alternative here. Yeah. Okay, so he gets a... he needs a 7. And he doesn't have that. It's only a 6. So let's hope we don't lose him. If he's killed, we gain -3 victory points in addition to these 3. So let's hope here. He has a body of 8. Oh god, and he is killed. Kildan, the mighty elf. He dies. Killed by a spider. Great. Love this game. Okay, so the problem now is he's got -3 victory points. And yeah, so we place him here to remember that. And we have another attack for Imrahil. The second attack. These are the giant spiders. Playable on 2 wilderness. So this is now 2 attacks with 10. And again we have these modifiers, so that's 2 attacks with 12, 3 attacks with 13. And that means that he has to take 1 attack with 15. Okay, well, we can't do this untapped, it's simply not possible. We would need a 13 to do this. So we have to tap, and we still need a 10 to be successful here. Okay, that's a 7, so we are not. This is gonna be horrible, I'm afraid. So let's see, he's got a body of 8. And he survives this again. Well, I think that is the 3rd time that he was wounded. He really has a hard time during this game. Okay, so that was this party, and they were really not doing well. And now it's Radagast, and he's moving to the Lossard camp and trying to get that faction, the Lossard, there. Okay, and these are also 2 wilderness here. They both had the same way, Arthedain and Forochel. They were actually not traveling, they were not using the side path because they came from Arthedain. I didn't remember that, but it didn't matter because both of these attacking creatures were playable in a wilderness. So no problem here. They travel through 2 wilderness. And I'm allowed to draw 2 cards and an additional 2 cards because of Radagast. Well, that's another banishment. This could be good. A test that we don't need. Cockroach. It's good to... we could discard a hazard card with a permanent event, so that might be useful. And that helps us to steal some items, but that's not the case here. Okay, so now again let's draw 8 hazard cards. Okay, I think first I'll play Longing for the West. That's a corruption card, especially for wizards. It simply gives him 2 additional corruption points, so he's now at 4 points. But with his +1 corruption, it shouldn't be such a problem. And then he's attacked by William. And that's a troll. And he has a power of 11. And I think this time there are no modifications here, are there? No, I don't think so. So we might try it untapped. He has a power of 3 then. Oh, actually he could play this card. There's no... that's not so easy to say, actually. If I play this card, I need to roll a -2 corruption check. And now I have actually 4 corruption points. +1, so this is only then... it's 3 corruption points. but -2 brings me down to 5, so I needed a 6. Otherwise I'm dead right away. So I think that's a little too risky. Oh man, that's a tough decision now. I could also say, okay, I try to kill him. I do this untapped, but then I need an 8. Otherwise I'm wounded. Okay, I go on full risk here. I mean, who cares? I play this banishment card, and I roll the corruption check, and I need to roll a 6. If I don't do that, game is over. And that's it. I was corrupted by the dark forces, and Radagast goes to the dark side. He joins Sauron. Okay. But I think it doesn't matter. It was only a question of how I lose this game. So, well. Okay, I think actually I had some real problems. It wasn't that bad. The items were this time pretty good. I think it helped improve the flow of the game that I had now 8 items and not only 6. So I think that was pretty fine. I always had a clear destination. I had a clear direction what to do next. So that was okay, I guess. But I think that I had a lot of these cards that power up the attack values of the enemies, and they become stronger and stronger during the game. So I think that was maybe the main problem here. I had really bad attacks, but I think it was an interesting game anyway. I hoped it made a little more sense than the first game. Oh, let's. Well, actually, we don't have to count the points. We've lost the game. But it would have been, I don't know, 3, 5, 8. Then we lose these 3. These are 5 points again. 7, 9, 10. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, no chances here. It's a hard game, but it's fun, and it tells great stories sometimes. It can be a little frustrating if you get wounded and you got to go back to the haven and heal and then go back again to the side. This is sometimes really tough, and maybe I was a little too optimistic to split the group. Maybe I should have stayed together. Maybe I should have tried to concentrate on a few powerful items. Maybe the Palantir, and I don't know, but yeah, and then the necklace of Jirian. Hard to say. Anyway, it was worth a try. It was fun. And I think my next Middle-earth video will be about the minion expansion. So yeah, hope to see you then. Bye.